Republican leaders have spent really decades picking fights with Hollywood. But every time a new celebrity knocks on the party's door, seems like they're embraced. Republicans now touting NFL veteran Herschel Walker as a star for the U.S. Senate. He just got an endorsement from another celebrity turned politician, the former president. Or take Dr. Oz, a new Republican celebrity with no political experience, drawing high-level GOP support after jumping into a Senate race as a Republican. And after all the brawls with Dr. Fauci, it looks like Republicans seem to really love the TV part of TV Doctor more than the doctor part. And the doctor part has come under strain from everywhere from fact checkers to the late night comics.
Do you believe there's a magic weight loss cure out there?
The word, if you're selling something because it's magical, no.
Right. That would be ridiculous. No one is claiming there's a magic pill out there. That would be stupid.
This little bean has scientists saying they found the magic weight loss cure for every body type.
See? He never said there was a magic pill. He said there was a magic bean.
So real magic may be the fame, though, that comes with the celebrity. Now, both parties have elevated some celebrities this way. Democrats took Al Franken basically from the NSL circuit to the SNL circuit, I should say, to the Senate before pushing him to resign over harassment allegations. Republicans have done this most, though, and most in Hollywood's home, drafting celebrities into California's highest offices. Way back in the day, they promoted actor George Murphy from tap dancing with Fred Astaire to dancing in the U.S. Senate. And later, Republicans tapped Sonny Bono of Sonny and Cher right into Congress. Then there were, of course, the most famous recent California governors of the modern era, Reagan and Schwarzenegger. Both argued their lack of experience was an asset.
I don't believe that just holding public office is the only way by which you can get experience for public office.
If you're happy with the way things are, then keep your current leaders. If you want to change this state, then join me.
Now, Reagan was compelled to do some governing before running for president. By the time the Trump era hit, Republicans, well, they made Trump their nominee and made him their president without checking whether the celebrity experience would translate. Indeed, the past 40 years of Republican presidents boiled down to 2 Bushes and 2 celebrities who spent the bulk of their lives and gained all their fame and much of their political standing from being celebrities. Republicans now turn to another celebrity famous for pretending to be something on TV while saying that they win with patriotism. They don't need celebrity status. Actions speak louder, though, and some introspection may be needed. J. Cole once explained the problem with relying on fame over values. Got defensive and said I was the same without it, but then I thought back to a better me before I was a B-list celebrity. J. Cole called himself B-list. Well, reality shows are C-list, and there was a GOP before this kind of celebrity. The party has to decide if that was a better me. Now we turn to a deep dive political conversation here on The Beat. And if you watch our program, you may know this is a special day and time here. It is Che Day on The Beat with political strategist Che Komanduri, who worked on 3 presidential campaigns, including the Obama campaign, and to whom we are indebted for some of the points we just ran through. Welcome back, sir.
Good to be back, Ari.
The only thing worse than B-list might be C-list. I guess there's also D-list. But what do you see as important here and important for leadership in civics in what appears to be a mounting celebrity need among Republicans for these candidates?
Yeah, this might be something that is unfortunate to acknowledge, but celebrities have enormous advantages in our politics. They have incredible name ID. They can fundraise much more easily. In fact, in some cases, they don't even need to fundraise very much because they are so well known. Oftentimes, they come into politics with brands that are viewed positively by many voters. You know, there's been studies that have shown that The Apprentice, during its height, had 3 times the audience of NBC Nightly News all of it sort of geared towards showing Donald Trump as some sort of business genius, a management guru of a sort who could write a failing corporation or a failing business enterprise. So celebrities have real advantages in our politics. So the question we really probably should ask is not why Republicans embrace celebrities. It's kind of obvious. But why don't Democrats embrace this type of candidate more? I mean, we do have a couple of celebrities like Al Franken, the late John Glenn, the great astronaut, et cetera. But Democrats do not embrace celebrities anywhere near as much as Republicans do. And I think the answer is really twofold. The first is Democrats are really uncomfortable with the idea of being the party of Hollywood. It's something that Democrats really don't admit. I mean, we do use celebrities to fundraise. We use them to give ourselves more attention, to crowd build for rallies, et cetera. But there is a lot of grumbling, often on background to the Washington Post, about how the Democratic Party is too associated with celebrities, that we should be the party of labor unions, not of Hollywood celebrities. The best recent example of this was AOC's attendance at the Met Gala and how much criticism she received, not just from conservatives, but also from Democrats and from liberals. And the second is that celebrities have a lower barrier of entry into the GOP because, quite frankly, they don't need to know anything. You know, we talked before about how the GOP is a post-policy party. That's very much true. I mean, there's only really 4 core things in the GOP that you have to believe: tax cuts for the rich, conservative pro-life judges, anti-immigration, anti-gun control. That's it. Maybe now there's a 5th thing, which is anti-vaccine, which is also helpful to know-nothing celebrities because you don't need to know anything about basic science. And I think the media kind of goes along with a lot of this. I mean, GOP candidates, I saw recently Representative Dan Crenshaw did a national book tour going to many liberal outlets saying unvaccinated people really don't hurt anybody but themselves. This isn't true, but journalists do not want to look like partisan hacks and attack him over it. And this is a luxury they will not give to, say, Elizabeth Warren, who decides to say something that is very much against the precepts of basic science.
Well, and I think you make several important and interrelated points, and you talk also about how the media reflects that, and then that, of course, affects what the Democrats may perceive as their weaknesses. I have some Dylan for you. The media, they all went along for the ride. Hurricane. And they may go along for the ride in a way here that makes Democrats all the more worrisome, but you also seem to be pointing to something also known as a prerequisite. Doctors have prerequisites. Police and military have prerequisites. There is an idea that, especially for presidency, but even for higher office like the Senate, there should be prerequisites. Your point here is that the modern Republican Party doesn't, care enough about the difficulty of governing to apply prerequisites to candidates?
That's exactly true. I mean, they don't want policy wonks. I mean, when's the last time you can name a Republican policy wonk? It's been quite a while since we've had any kind of policy wonk type of candidate run for president or gain national office on the Republican side. Mitch McConnell doesn't want policy wonks or people who are super knowledgeable about policy. Those sorts of people are much harder to wrangle and lead, and cast the kinds of votes that Mitch McConnell would like. The reality is the Republican base does not much care or need very much in the way of policy. They just need to be entertained and to have their white grievance sort of spoken to, which is exactly what Donald Trump did. He did those rallies. He sort of spoke to that grievance, talking about immigration in particular, also about gun rights. Those were kind of core issues for the GOP base. And he did so in an entertaining way, which is something that he learned from being a Hollywood celebrity all those years. He learned how to entertain. And I think that is a key asset that really goes to why Republicans embrace celebrity. There's also maybe a message point that you can bring into this, that celebrities kind of reinforce the GOP message that you too can be a capitalist success story, like Donald Trump, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Ronald Reagan. That is, I think, another aspect of this. And this is also why Democrats stay away from celebrities, because there is a sense that celebrities undercut our message of being for working people.
Yes or no, would Kim Kardashian have a good shot at the nomination in either party?
She'd have an excellent shot at the nomination actually on the GOP side. She would have a much harder time on the Democratic side because she would actually have to answer questions about healthcare finance. That's not something that she probably knows a lot about. It's something that takes a lot of time in government to learn about. And it's not something that the media would let her get away with if she was a Democrat. If she's a Republican, she'd get a free ride on that. She could convert on immigration, convert perhaps on the choice issue, et cetera. And the GOP would very much embrace her. Absolutely.
You say it straight up with criticism for the press, which we're open-minded to here because we are open to constructive criticism. And we would just have to change it from but her emails to but her Instagram. But that's probably something people could figure out how to harp on that. If, as you say, she was a Democrat. Also, for the people watching, I'm half joking, just to be clear. Che, always appreciate your insights.
Thank you, Ari.
Absolutely. Coming up, a